And we're continuing our Halloween marathon, where
Oh.
a little harder, please.
Oh.
So Halloween 3, again, as I like to explain myself a little, I'm taking Brian on a little trip through the Halloween sequels. He's only seen the original Halloween and the most recent Halloween requel. So we're taking it all the way back, and now we are at the Black Sheep. I like to note that Tom Atkins is a certified badass. He went through the entire movie, the shooting of this movie, with pneumonia.
Really?
He kicked pneumonia's ass.
Hey, all right.
I would not be able to do what he did.
Good for him.
Because I had pneumonia, and I was on the floor for a good year and a half.
That was a close to death experience. Yikes.
Yeah, that was
not to bring the mood down. You could have used some Stonehenge. You could have used some Stonehenge in your house.
Give me bugs.
So I knew this movie was gonna be
divisive,
different, divisive, a big swing. I was excited for it. I really wanted to see, like, what is this wacky movie that everyone's always like, yeah, there's Halloween, the Halloween franchise. There is that third one.
Yeah,
and it's always like, oh, what is this mystical third one? What do they do? What is this?
I think so. The reason why this movie is so different is because after reluctantly making Halloween 2, Deborah Hill and John Carpenter both agreed that there was nowhere else we could take Michael Myers' story. That's it. There's nothing else that we can do with the story of Michael Myers. He blew up. He's dead. He's been engulfed in flames. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn Halloween into an anthology where every year on Halloween we're gonna have a different story every time. The problem with that is everybody who's a fan of Michael Myers saw Halloween 3 and they were expecting, they sat down they paid good money, they bought popcorn, they bought candy, soda, sat down at the movies on the big screen. They were expecting more Michael Myers, more death, more of the babysitter killer. And they got a random ass story about a multi-millionaire Irish salesman, toy maker, who stole Stonehenge and put little pieces of Stonehenge in masks to kill children with slight social commentary on commercialism and the hypnotism of which was on the uprise in the early 80s, television.
Yeah, that's good context. And I can't ask, don't answer this question, but it will be funny to me if they tried...
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh no, now he's gonna... Hold on. Play that. No, go play cool music. I'll put an explosion behind you as you walk away from it.
Hold on. Play.
Oh. Whoa.
Don't tell me.
Nick, I need a fan.
I'm single, ladies. Can you believe it?
Oh. Man, you're a regular Dan.
This is the problem.
Dan Atkins.
Tom Atkins.
Tom Atkins.
Dan Atkins is his lesser known brother.
What was I saying?
You said don't answer this. I was talking about...
Yes.
I was giving you some context.
Got it. Yeah. Don't answer this, but it would be funny if this was like, oh yeah, we'll anthologize it. It'll be a new one every single year, and then everybody looks forward to it. And then that plan fell through, and this was the only anthologized one, the true Black Sheep, because they returned to Michael Myers. That would be interesting to me if this was like, it.
So through the production and everything, they thought one person thought this is a horrible idea to title this Halloween 3.
Yeah.
We should just title it Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
You title it Halloween 3, you expect Michael Myers, you expect a continuation of the Myers story, and you get something completely random, and of course people are gonna hate it. But as years have gone by, people have grown to appreciate. It's somewhat same thing with John Carpenter's The Thing. Commercial failure. Everybody fucking hated that movie. Everybody thought it was just grotesque to be grotesque. And then as years have gone by, people started, realizing this movie was not bad at all. This movie had suspense to it.
I will say there's no equivalency between The Thing and Halloween 3, but I do agree with you. I do get what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
So my thinking is that people in theaters, if the stage wasn't set for them, they were sitting there like I was the whole time. Their mind's like, oh, how are they bringing Michael into this? And then slowly it's like, okay, there are 30 minutes left, 20 minutes left, 10 minutes left. Really, Halloween's just a movie within this movie. So there's no Mike. There's no, okay. This could have been an entirely different movie, and I never would have guessed it had any connection to Halloween that we know, right? And I if that wasn't made clear to them walking into the theater, I can see how that would be an uncomfortable experience.
Dude, how awesome would it be if, you get the revelation that Michael Myers was wearing a silver shamrock mask the entire time.
Right?
At the same time, that's also answering why Michael Myers is, and would completely ruin the mystique of the character.
It is. But if a third movie's gonna happen, and it's gonna be at least serviceable, here's what I'm thinking, right?
Right.
Is Myers dead? Yes. Do we go through this storyline? Yes. Do we find out that one of their old cataloged items is this kind of prototype mask? Cool. Interesting. Do we find out that this has some overlap with Samhain, and that these things can come in and possess people, and that Myers was almost like this MK Ultra-like experiment of this prototypical mask, or he just picked up the clown mask that was this could have been a normal kid who got the spirit world was thinned and it got into him and he just went crazy, right, and he became a murderer, and is that explaining too much? Yeah. But if a third movie's going to happen, hey, I'm along for that ride. I'll watch that one. So I would have liked some kind of connection. I think there were multiple moments in this movie they could have really had a home run revelation, and instead we got this meta thing.
Let's distance ourselves from the Michael Myers story. Let's take this as just Season of the Witch for a second.
Makes it worse for me.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Does it really make it worse?
It does. This feels like it could be like if someone said, "Did you know Cronenberg directed? This is like the first movie he ever directed, and it's got like it isn't really Cronenberg, but like it's interesting." And I'd watch it like, okay, it's fine, sure, all right, maybe it's fun, maybe it's a little bit fun, but this movie is truly like a Twilight Zone episode that they stretched into an hour and 30 minutes. Did I have fun with it? Yeah, I did. It was entertaining. It was cool. There were moments about it that I liked, but it is very much like a Goosebumps but R kind of storytelling, where there isn't much going on. The social commentary isn't really commentating too much, but it's there, just kind of maybe to be there. But the detective story was a bit strange. The relationship wasn't quite believable. The villain was not a very compelling villain. His motives were kind of clear, it's
a B movie. It's schlocky. I will give you that. It's a mess. It's a mess. But you have the masks are so cool. I don't know. I like the dark, bleak ending. All the kids die. Yeah. There are some iconic moments in this movie. Tom Atkins is he's the backbone of this film. I don't really have anything much more to say other than that the soundtrack is fucking awesome, as always. There are some musical cues that I could do without, but other than that, love it. I return to this movie every once in a while, and it's definitely a must watch on Halloween night.
I kind of wish that we got sequences of. I wish this centered not on some corporate espionage story with this super suave, handsome dude who's just like this. All the ladies did love him so much, and he's just the doctor, detective, superstar. That was kind of lame to me. Felt really kind of like a weird, like, male fantasy thing, and sometimes it's just like, this is kind of silly. But I would have liked. We follow a group of maybe 3 kids. They have these masks. I'm just imagining the spectacle of Halloween slowly climbing up to Halloween. These kids are putting on these masks. It's nostalgic. You see these kids excited about Halloween. They're watching the original Halloween movie, if you want to do that meta thing. They're getting into it. They're sneaking in the movie. Their parents don't want them watching it, right? And then they find out this corporation is just evil. And they're kind of powerless to do anything. Their parents don't believe them. I mean, there's room for this to be a Steven Spielberg-style movie, right? Of, like, this really heavy nostalgia kid drama, but that adults could watch and like too. Like, just in another world, I feel like this movie could have not taken the noir route that it did, and could have had that heavy nostalgia element. The only difference is it's pitch black dark in the ending. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I did enjoy it a lot, and during the movie, I didn't realize this is what my review would be like. I thought maybe my review would be a lot more positive. But now that it sits, sure, I can like it ironically. I can look back and say it was a fun, risky, big swing, and that's a cool thing to spice up the franchise. But I do think maybe they missed a few things that could have been really cool, and could have.
I would have loved to see what an anthology series would have been like if this movie didn't flop so hard. That would have been nice. But whatever. We got more Michael Myers, so stay tuned for that.
Okay, cool.
Let's get to the rating. What did I? Yeah, you gotta. What did I rate Halloween 1 and 2?
Okay. You gave Halloween 1, you updated it.
Yeah.
A bit of revisionist history. You gave it a 9 when you updated it. Halloween 2, Nick, you gave a 7. So what are you going to give Halloween 3?
I'm going to give it a 6.5.
A 6.5? I gave Shivers a 6 out of 10.
Don't look at any other movies. Look at
my rating system is universal. My rating system is everything. It is a metric.
Okay.
So I can tell you across all directors which movies I like most. This is how I do this, okay? Rabid, I also gave a 6 out of 10. The Brood, I gave a 7. Human Centipede, I gave a 4.5. We know it's better than that. Yeah, I agree with you, 6.5.
Okay. Well,
get out of
that
here.
is all. That is all we have for this episode. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. We will see you in the next iteration of Halloween.